up, superhumans? This is the third installment of Nickels and Dimes. This one's gonna be called Guns and Butter. So, if you ever heard Jay-Z's album 444 and you thought it was whack, you're missing out on some game with a capital G. Jay felt the need to be a maven, just like myself, to take some information that he picked up with experience to try to impart that to us. So before you go any further on this video, stop right now, go back to Jay-Z's 444 and listen to the OJ story. Okay, welcome back. So now let's get to the idea of guns and butter. If you ever watched Baby Boy, you heard Tyrese as the protagonist talking to his best friend about Melvin, his mom's boyfriend, who basically he doesn't like. And Melvin overhears him threatening him and talking, you know, some crazy stuff to him. So eventually Melvin interjects into the conversation, walks in, and he said it's all about the guns and butter. And he said that guns are the things that appreciate: real estate, stocks, bonds, you know, so forth. And then butter is your liabilities: shoes, cars, jewelry, things that depreciate. So why did I bring this up as my third video? That's because we as a people invest in more butter than we do guns. And that needs to change. Even if you're in an impoverished circumstance or you're struggling from day to day, we got to stop investing into butter and start investing into more guns, into more assets that appreciate. So, you know, stocks, other people's businesses, you know, for a portion of their business, real estate, you know, just various things, stocks, bonds, those things that the wealthy do. We don't do that. In fact, you know, as a continuation from my last video, we invest in Jordans, Nikes, you know, Gucci belts. You know, I myself, you know, had my eye on a few book bags that were kind of overly priced, but they're nice looking. You know, we like to purchase things that have a cool factor, but don't necessarily get us from point A to point B in the long term. So I'm not telling you to stop doing that. I myself am not going to stop buying things that I like, but I look at it this way. If I buy 4 Jordans a year, maybe I'm just going to buy 2 pairs of Jordans, and the other $400 I'm going to invest. All I'm saying is that if you have the money to buy Jordans and all that, just take out some money from the side and save it, or put it away in a rainy day fund. Or, you know, just recently a gentleman spoke to me and said take 15% out of everything that you make and put it aside. Do that if you have the capacity to buy Jordans. I just read an article about how we as consumers in the black, you know, community or African American community, we are $1.2 trillion. We make up of $1.2 trillion of consumers. In the articles it says we're 12% of the population. So we make up most of the consumers, you know, as far as our purchases go. And of course, you know, it is which is important, goes back to the basic needs that I said in the last video. Housing comes first, but secondary is transportation. And it was general, but I know you can probably walk down the street, you can see, you know, how much bread we're putting into our cars, and, you know, as such, not just basics, you know, just to get from point A to point B, but maybe to, you know, to stunt or to flex or to look good when we're riding, you know. So yeah, guns and butter. Guns is the things that appreciate. Butter are the things that depreciate, the things that don't bring value in the long term. Jay-Z talked about paintings in a song, so about how he actually spoke to the effect of how he spent money the wrong way in that song, and how he said he bought this car, but he regretted buying that car, and how he should have bought this building and how if he would have bought this building in New York, how it would have appreciated, and he would have been richer than he is now. Now we're talking about Jay-Z, who owns a portion of a basketball team, and has his own label, and is done very well for himself. But if somebody, a guru like himself, could say, well, I wish I would have did this different, you know, we really have to sit down and look at ourselves and see what we're doing as far as our spending is going. It includes me too. And I'm only saying this, and my disclaimer is I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a financial guru. I don't have a degree in this. What I'm doing is I'm taking an introspective look at myself and the things that I've been doing, and I am now reading new ideas and challenging my own old perceptions. It seemed hard at first, but if you got people around you who are constantly trying to push you and make you better, then at some point you have to accept that. So I have a few people who have been giving me gems and been helping me to increase my wealth. Is it going to happen overnight? It's not going to happen overnight, but I need to start somewhere. Me, I'm a trainer by nature. So being a trainer by nature, my goal is to help you change your habits. And even if that's with your fitness goal or with financial goals, that's what the brand is about. So, going back to Jay-Z, Jay-Z said that, he bought a painting. For the first year, it was worth $1 million. The second year, it was worth $2 million. The third year jumped to $8 million or something like that. I don't know the specifics, but he bought a painting, and that painting he's gonna give to his daughters, which by doing that, he's creating generational wealth. And that's where the guns come in at with the appreciation. You may not be able to sell that painting or whatever, or use it now, but you hold that for your kids. Because at the end of the day, when you create wealth and you make sure that you're stable, you're ultimately doing it for your kids. And most of us who are parents live for our kids. And we only live for today, but we need to live for the future also. Because our kids are going to grow up, but what are they going to have when we give them? So guns and blood are superhumans. Take into consideration what I'm saying. Comment below if you agree or you disagree. If I offended anybody or anything like that, comment it down. I'm always open to new ideas.